We're jumping back into more Uncut XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. Today's new soldier was provided by Somni World. Francesca Petrova lost both of her parents in a riot protesting the creation of Advent city centers and the poor quality of the outer districts. With no other immediate family members to turn to, she joined a group of smugglers. There, she learned English and how to use pistols for self-defense. Petrova became a capable fighter, but despite that, when her group was ambushed by an Advent patrol while traveling to a resistance haven, she ran away in a panic. The fate of the smugglers she was with is unknown, and she spent the next 5 years wandering and surviving alone with little more than a revolver and a hatchet. She traveled across most of Asia in that time and settled in a resistance group in India. Since joining the group, she's assisted in several Advent supply raids, and her companions have all noticed she fights with a smile on her face. They're not sure if she's been traumatized by her past experiences or if she truly enjoys killing. Whatever the case, she's now a member of XCOM and has been trained to use more than pistols. Okay folks, it is time for us to do a guerrilla ops mission, Operation Banished Dirge. Our objective for today is to hack the hidden resistance computer. The difficulty is moderate, the reward is 94 intel, and we are countering the dark event, Loyalty Among Thieves. When any chosen gains information about XCOM, a portion is passed on to the hunter as well. It's not the most powerful dark event out there, especially because we're getting very close to defeating the hunter, but I am a little bit hungry for intel, so this is going to be helpful for us. Let's see which squad composition is going to deal with this. It's been a long time coming, but we finally have all 3 expansion pack classes on the battlefield. Our Reaper, Skirmisher, and Templar. Our Reaper is using a vector rifle and claymore with no utility slot. The Skirmisher using the bullpup rifle, the Ripjack secondary weapon, and the tracer rounds to increase aim by 10. And finally, the Templar is using the Shard Gauntlets, auto pistol, and Mind Shield. The Mind Shield makes her immune to any mind control or negative mental status effects like panic or disorient. Next up, Robert the Pillager Wallace, provided by Cryptic Squid, is coming in with his standard Grenadier loadout, only we've switched one of his grenades for a flashbang, and our specialist is using a battle scanner to give us some extra map awareness. And one last thing before we head out on the mission and start shooting some aliens in the frickin' face, Sarah Broken Redfield is our skirmisher, and she was provided by Rocket Raichu. Now let's get out there.
Menace 1-5, this is Avenger. The access point we're after is just ahead. Move to secure the area. Expect hostile resistance.
As Templar warriors, my followers specialize in wielding psionic energy, mastering the power that belongs to all who are truly of this earth. Through intense focus, we can twist the very fabric of the world around us to suit our needs.
Oh man, the Templar sounds a lot more like an MMORPG character than it does a soldier class from XCOM, but I think that's really interesting that the War of the Chosen expansion pack has yet to disappoint me with any of these soldier classes that have been added, and I'm really enjoying the diversity of them. They all feel completely different from the base game's roster, and they all feel completely different from each other. And that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Firaxis really did a good job with those soldier classes. Anyway, let's not sing them praises for too long. I do that enough as it is. The world is getting kind of crazy nowadays, isn't it? It's 2017, so that means anything can happen. But at the same time, I didn't expect anything to be happening. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think the world would get as crazy as it is, right? We got PewDiePie running around saying the N-word. It's crazy. And we got eyes on the first group of enemies. We got a Advent Mecha Viper and a Purifier. As far as the overall threat, I'd say it's medium, right? It could get ugly, but we've got enough tools that we can probably deal with them before it does get ugly. So we're gonna bring our specialist up and get everybody ready for a nice clean ambush. This is the beauty of concealment, is that you can get some really clean ambushes on enemies. That is the power of scouting. So we'll get everybody behind this wall And you know what? I don't even think I need to move Dragon over from her current position. So I'm gonna leave everybody there and just end the turn. We're most likely not going to get revealed unless they go for a really long run and hop over the wall and discover us. But that is not what's gonna happen. So yeah, the world's in a crazy place. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. He's a reality television star. He's a very old man. He's probably racist. He's definitely racist. It's crazy, right? I'm not going to get too into the politics, though. We got PewDiePie saying the N-word on his Twitch stream. No, just no. You don't do that, right? It's a really complex issue. I'm not going to get into all the nuances of that word right now, but no. It's ridiculous. And then to make matters worse, I am making clickbait videos now. That's what I do now. You know, I want to apologize to you all, but that's the direction iBlueAirJGR is going in. It's all clickbait from now on. There's not going to be any truth to the titles that you see from now on. Now, we're going to start this off by... Wait, what am I doing? I was about to forget to go on Overwatch. Actually, you know, is this going to kill all of them? I think this Claymore might kill all of the enemies in this area. Oh, no. No, it won't. Okay, yeah, we do need to go on Overwatch. All right, so I'm going to put Robert Wallace on Overwatch as well as my specialist, and I'm going to leave Dragonova off, and I'm also going to leave my Templar off as well, and the skirmisher is going to start the fight by shooting at the Claymore. So let's do it. Oh! Okay, the Purifier blew up, so he killed them all. And there you go. All right. Well, okay. Let's keep scouting. We don't have eyes on any other enemies yet. I don't want to make a move with my Templar too far ahead, just because I don't want to run the risk of revealing. But right here is a safe enough position. We can go ahead and end the turn there. So yeah, I'm sorry to say, but I am making clickbait videos from now on. Just be prepared for a lot of deception in the near future, because I want a piece of the pie. Okay, we've got eyes on another group of enemies. I don't know if it's a pod of 3 or 2. There might be another one inside the building and the objective as well. We do have the remote start ability, but from the looks of it, remote start is going to literally destroy the entire building along with the objective. So I don't think I want to do that. But if let me tell you something, if the shit hits the fan, I'm blowing it all up. Scorched earth policy. If I can't have it, nobody can have it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my skirmisher to get to the top of this roof and then change positions on the enemies and get a nice height advantage. But what I could do, I actually might be able to blow up this tank without damaging the objective if I shoot at it normally and not use the remote start ability. And that's something cool about remote start. About remote start is that it increases the radius of an explosive object. So this is the normal radius. And then if we switch back over to our Reaper, we see that the remote start radius, this thing has gone nuclear. It's getting crazy. So I think I have a plan. Let's hope this works.
I've located the objective, Commander.
Commander, we have confirmation of the exposed access point.
Central's got some bad timing. When he came on the radio, I thought he was going to say we blew up the objective. Oh my gosh, Central, please, like, be careful with your timing. And we've got eyes on this Advent officer that's flanked himself, so I'm just gonna take the shot. There you go.
Death to the invaders.
Nice. But no. Going back to the topic with the whole clickbait thing, that's not actually what I'm doing. But what happened is I made a video about a week ago, and I titled it XCOM 2 War of the Chosen Basic Combat Tips, and I didn't talk that much about War of the Chosen specific content, and a lot of people are really upset about that. But to be perfectly frank, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. And the reason I don't care is it's not because I don't care. It's because I'm tired. I put a lot of time and effort into making videos, but at the same time, I don't get a lot of returns on most of the stuff I make. And none of the hack rewards from this security tower are very good, so I'm not going to bother with them. It's always good to take a peek, though. That's one of the best things that you can do with a specialist is just look to see if there are any good hack rewards from the security towers. We're going to throw out another battle scanner because I imagine the rest of the enemies are somewhere over here. But my imagination is a lie. We didn't uncover any new enemies, unfortunately. I guess I'll move my specialist up. I hope I don't reveal another pod. Trying to tread very carefully. I want to be as safe as possible. With all these DLC characters, or expansion pack characters, I don't want them to die because they are difficult to recruit. And I'm trying to be as legit as possible with my playthrough. So you know what? I'm just going to Overwatch and end the turn. We're taking a very, very passive approach to this. We've got 5 turns until the objective shuts down, so we don't need to rush. And there we go. The enemy's walking onto the scene, but they are not close enough to activate, so we still have the jump on them, courtesy of Dragonova. So yeah, the video, like I totally understood that the title was a little bit clickbait when I was making it, but for what it's worth, I want my piece of the pie. I really do. I put a lot of effort into my videos. Most of them get like 20 views. All right, I'm past that point. I get like 500 views or less on most of the stuff I make nowadays, but I put a lot of effort into it. All right, so I want a piece of the pie. Is that wrong? Is it wrong for me to want a piece of the pie? Is it wrong for me to make a clickbait title? And I'm of the belief that no, it is not. All right, like you know what I'm saying? Like come on, give me a fucking break. You know what I'm saying? I'm ranting a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop. I got a little bit upset. I'm sorry. Oh gosh. So we're just gonna move up with Robert Wallace and put him on Overwatch. Being very careful not to reveal the next group of enemies. Just a fun tip for anybody: when you're scouting with a Reaper, as soon as you have eyes on a group of enemies, if you use the target preview function or the default function that comes with the game, if you walk into a tile that has line of sight of the enemies that you have revealed, that is going to activate them. So I know all of the spots that I can move to that are going to activate and all of the spots that aren't.
I move.
There we go. So we're going to go on Overwatch, and the next move that they make should bring them within our line of sight, and that should get us an Overwatch. Correct. But the shot is going to miss, so not much is going to come of it. Dragonova is on the roof. She might get flanked by the Viper if it goes for the high cover or the high ground bonus, but we'll see what happens. Alright, all things have gone over pretty well. We're inside of the objective, so we can hack it whenever we want to. So we got this. We got this in the bag. Yeah, I think being in a weird mood, it sort of comes with the territory of being a pseudo entrepreneur with a pseudo business kind of thing. Like it's interesting to think of YouTube content creation as a business, but for what it's worth, it is a business. I do get paid based on the number of views that I get, and we got a nice kill on that Advent Trooper with the Justice ability. It only cost 1 action point, so we can still do more stuff, and I think we're going to use the I was gonna say we're gonna use the normal grenade, but I'm not entirely sure that's the best course of action. And I'm a little bit worried that this purifier is also going to explode. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna hack open the objective just to make sure that we get what we came for before I start shooting things. So yeah, YouTube content creation is kind of like a business in ways, because you do get paid. I do have analytics to look at. I do have, you know, stuff like that. I try to have as much of a consistent schedule as possible. You know, it's not like running a TV studio or whatever, but it's a business in its own right. And after doing it for X amount of time, you get a little bit fed up, right? So let's put it into a different context, right? Let's say you own a pastry shop, and your pastry shop is using all organic materials. You're not using any fake stuff. You're using like real sugar, and it's just real. Everything about your pastry shop is real, but it's expensive, and nobody's buying it, right? But then you realize that you could buy like Splenda or some fake sugar product for half the price of real sugar, and you can save money. So you think to yourself, well, nobody's buying this shit anyway, so I'm gonna use the fake sugar. What the hell? So you start using the fake sugar, and then people start complaining, oh, why are you using the fake sugar now? I liked the real sugar before. It's like, well, nobody was buying it, so who cares? That's that's how I feel about using the title on one of my videos that's kind of misleading. We're gonna use the rend ability with our Templar. This is a guaranteed to hit action that is the equivalent of a sword slash, and it grants you a focus if you kill the target.
The strength of the Templars ebbs and flows with the tide of combat. As we focus our energy, our power increases and can be unleashed upon our enemies.
And there you go. Geist is explaining it much more eloquently than I could have. After using Rend, Templars always trigger Momentum, a free movement action which allows them to return to the safety of cover. If the Templar has parry, they can instead use Momentum to stay in the same location and prevent damage from the next attack against them. That's a very interesting concept. I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, look, moral of the story is, just screw it, right? I want my piece of the pie. I live a life of obscurity. I'm a very small content creator, and every once in a while, I'm going to make a video, and the title of that video is going to be a little bit misleading for no other reason than I want that video to get a few more views than I normally get. Simple as that. Simple as that. And dragging over the current tile that she's standing on, there's nowhere that she can move without revealing herself, and I do not want this purifier to explode and blow up the roof that she's standing on, so I'm going to walk behind him. She is going to get spotted, no big deal. And then we are going to take a 100% shot. Alright, he's not going to explode, so we didn't need to worry, but better safe than sorry. Flawless. Is this my first flawless mission of the campaign? Shit, I forgot to take a photo. Ah, well, they do it for you automatically if you don't do it anyway. I think this might be my first flawless mission of the campaign, so that's pretty cool.
Nothing boosts morale like a few dead aliens. We got more than our share today.
Volk knows what the deal is. So we got a promotion on our skirmisher. I'm not entirely sure what to give her. I'm actually not even going to worry about it right now because I can't think straight. So with all of that said, we did a great job today. Thumbs up for me and thumbs up for all of our expansion pack heroes. So, as always, the name of the game is XCOM 2. The name of the channel is iBlueAir JGR Gaming for Comedy. Don't forget to watch out for that clickbait, and I'll see you next time.